legendary C-47. This is not any C-47. This is a special C-47. The C-47 you see over here, the 1937 flagship Detroit, that was stock Douglas C-47. Vietnam War comes along, and all of a sudden, we need something special. Once again, like a Sky Raider, a specialized ground attack aircraft. So some brilliant person in the Air Force came up with a novel idea. Let's get a C-47, which the Air Force had 20 of, rip out some windows, and stick 3 miniguns in it. That's right, 7.62 millimeter General Electric miniguns in the side of the aircraft. Amazing. What it could do, what the C-47 was good, it was slow enough that it could sit there and orbit a target and suppress fire over 52 yards in diameter with a round hitting every 2.4 yards during a 3-second burst. It also had parachute flares in it, so at night it could light up a fire base that was under attack and come in and suppress the enemy who was trying to pierce the wire. We're in recovering JP here. The original one was the name of it was Puff the Magic Dragon. Named after Peter, Paul, and Mary. They had this folk song. They never knew that that folk song was going to be named for a Death from Above machine. I think they probably were aghast. But Puff showed up in Vietnam and everybody loved it. It was the perfect airplane for the role it was intended to do. Now the thing that today we're in tribute, this is a tribute flight for Sergeant John Levitow of Hartford, Connecticut. All right, here it comes, Spooky. On the night of the Long Army Post. The aircraft was struck by a hostile mortar round. The explosion ripped a hole through the wing and sent fragments over 3,500 holes where it was fuselage. All occupants of the aircraft were wounded and helplessly slammed against the floor and fuselage. The explosion tore open an activated flare for the grasp of a crew member who had been welding flares in support of the Armament. Sergeant Levitow, seeing that this was serious now and could kill everybody aboard, suffering from 40 frag wounds in his back and legs, managed to stagger to his feet and assisted the nearest man to him. As he was moving toward a comrade, he saw the smoking floor the flare and realized the danger, and as wounded as he was, he managed to start toward the burning flare, and he sit there and threw his body over it. All right, here comes JP Moore, waving to the Spanish lady. AC-47 truck on. Originally, the Air Force did have a predecessor attack twin-engine aircraft. It was the C-119 flying boxcar. It was called the AC-119, and they actually developed it over at Wilmington, Clinton County Airfield, Air Force Base over in Wilmington, Ohio. And if you want to get a ride in a beautiful C-47, the pride of American Airlines at one time, the most famous airliner ever made, you can do that today in flagship Detroit. An historic airplane that you can get a ride in today and feel that 30s vibe. What it was like to fly in the golden age of aviation passenger flying. Look to the right, here comes Spooky. Can you imagine those miniguns going off at night? It was like lasers coming out the side of that airplane. That's about the altitude they flew also when they were laying down that suppressing fire. You know, somewhere in the world right now, there's a DC-3 flying every time. They still fly in service. Look at that. That thing can get in a short strip, folks, for an airplane as big as it is. You can get a ride in something like that today. They can